Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here in this different corner on a very warm night in Southern California.
Different. Oh. I just showed up and...
You know, the last time we did this, I think there were like fire, like we had...
there were.
Wasn't there? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember having, yes, it's gotten dark here and we are outside because the studio was quite warm and that is okay. It is cooling off now, but not enough to make the studio comfortable.
Correct.
So this is working out quite nicely. Hopefully you can see us, you can hear us and the internet works.
And you can talk to us in the chat.
Do that.
You can talk to us right in the chat. Tell us.
Favorite?
Huh?
The favorite Disney attraction soundtrack.
The favorite Disney.
Yeah.
I don't have the chat pulled up. I'm trying.
It's okay. I'll turn it a little bit for you.
Oh, I still can't read.
Oh, okay.
Did you know I'm illiterate?
Let us know in the comments what your favorite soundtrack is for a Disney attraction. We were talking about this before the show with our Patreon exclusive show called Behind the Scenes, which if you are a patron member, well, paid patron member, which can start from anywhere from $1 to whatever, you can join us at 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights to do this. And some nights we have very programmed things with pictures and all that stuff, and other nights we spend half of the time figuring out audio and looks and lights and all of that stuff like tonight, and then we talk about random soundtracks that we love. And so anyway, it's a lot of fun.
I also went on a rant about a podcast that I like. So if you ever want to hear me go on a rant about the one other, yes, I am a Patreon for Daps Magic. Sorry that I'm loyal.
Isn't it a patron?
I am probably that makes
I think it's a patron.
Sorry that I'm a patron of Daps Magic. Sorry that I love what I do. Anyway, I only have one other thing that I subscribe to on Patreon, and
she talks about it.
I do.
Another thing we're going to talk about is less than 2 weeks from 2 days ago. Exactly 2 weeks from 2 days ago.
Oh my God.
Is the CHOC Walk, and there is still time to join the team. There's still time to support the team. You can do it by going to chocwalk.org/dapsmagic. If I can find the button, there it is. And we'd love to have you. It's always a lot of fun. We get to see a lot of characters. It's Pixar themed, I'm pretty sure, this year because of Pixar Fest. And
I've heard of that.
But it most importantly, as much fun as it all is, it's supporting the kids that go to CHOC and their families. And a lot of them are walking also because they pay it forward or they're going through things, and the support is a wonderful thing. And so it's one of those things to just keep in mind that, yes, it's a lot of fun, but it makes even a bigger difference. And it really is offering hope and positivity to kids who might not have it otherwise.
It's true.
And I can tell you, like, knowing people in different parts of the world and the country, what CHOC offers really is a special thing for families that have kids with medical issues.
It's true.
So go to chocwalk.org/dapsmagic, support or join our team today, and we'll see you on Sunday, July 21st.
We wear fun hats.
Bright and early. Wear a hat, wear a bright colored shirt, something like that. We are going to have a lot of fun. I'm seeing in the chat, we got a few ideas for best soundtracks. I got Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
Ooh, that's good.
Also see Tiki Room.
Oh,
can't go wrong with that.
That's true. Did John Williams write Temple of the Forbidden Eye?
I think he wrote the theme. I'm not sure if he wrote the actual
I would assume he didn't.
I don't know that he arranged it, but it is his themes.
Well, I mean,
because he doesn't necessarily arrange most of his stuff.
But it's kind of hard to beat the Sherman Brothers with the Tiki Room.
That is true.
It also depends. I think this is a very multifaceted question. Because it's like, if you're going for traditional feel-good Disney, I think Tiki Room is absolutely that, or like Mad Teacups, or Mad Teacups, Mad Tea Party.
Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is up there with Carousel of Progress.
Yeah.
If we're going class, I mean, Small World, I think you could argue is
I would
also in that world of
I love it. Small
iconic music and attractions.
Haters, get away from me.
You could also, I'm thinking Pirates of the Caribbean's probably up there. Haunted Mansion's probably up there in that regard too. The one I love is Horizons, which is an extinct attraction, but still counts.
I will not count Dick Dale Space Mountain. I don't think it's that good.
A lot of people like it though.
I'm just saying, like, for me, that's not up there with like the Tiki Room with Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't think so. But like the horizons just makes you happy when you listen to it.
It's
And
true.
I think that's what Tiki Room does, Small World does.
Small Room.
Yeah, I started thinking of Haunted Mansion and Tiki Room and Small World, and it all
I
blended.
like the idea of an attraction called It's a Small Room.
It's a small room.
And you just walk
Can
in.
you get out?
Oh no, Halloween! Halloween time at Disneyland is just around the corner.
Thanks, Jack Skellington.
And then the big like Jack comes out.
Not
fun. Anyway, I just like the idea of an attraction where they just walk you in a room and they're like, "We told you it's a small room, so get out."
Looks like Richard Bellis did the arrangement for Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
Huh.
Very cool. Oh, Itzy says Small World, but holiday.
Oh,
let's mix Small World with Jingle Bells. Can't go wrong. And Deck the Halls. All great things. Keep throwing them in the chat as we continue through the show, because I love talking about soundtracks. I think it's one of the most fun things. We could probably do an entire show on soundtracks at some point.
So there's frequently the discussion that we have had about, could you do 2 hours unprompted on or even, I think we've limited it to just an hour of like
any topic.
Any topic, unscripted.
Yeah.
For Mr. Daps, it would be specifically the most like niche conversation, specifically music theory and music in the parks. Because this one time we were at a show, and I will let you say the show if you want to, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Where you were like, well, you see, this used to be all in major thirds, and now it's not anymore. And I just don't think it sounds the same because it's missing. And I'm literally like, what are you saying? And you went so music theory on this soundtrack and the way that it changed. You're like, well, this is why it sounds different. And this is the key it's in now. And I was flabbergasted because he goes, well, it used to want to make you feel this, but now the way they're doing this, I'm like, you're doing the psychology of music theory now.
It's true.
Anyway, that man could do an hour unprompted on.
It makes it fun. Yeah, I could do it on soundtracks for the parks and probably movies as well. A lot of fun. And I'm trying to think what other. It's interesting because I was listening to Grofe earlier today because I went on the train, and he wrote the Grand Canyon Suite, which is what you hear as you're going into the Grand Canyon Suite on the train at Disneyland. And it is interesting how sometimes classical pieces are used in Disney attractions or movies as well, beyond just Fantasia.
It's true.
All right. Should we move on?
I suppose.
We got really exciting news today, which I think it's very exciting news. We learned this morning that Japan is getting a Disney cruise ship.
In what year, Mr. Daps?
By 2029. So,
okay.
So it'll probably be fiscal 2028, it looks like. Here's the interesting thing. This will not be a Disney Cruise Line ship. It will be operated by the Oriental Land Company. It will be built by the same company in the same shipyard that builds all of the Disney Cruise Line ships. In fact, it will be a sister ship to the Disney Wish, which is a Wish class cruise line or cruise ship. But it's not operated by Disney Cruise Line, which got me wondering, and I don't have the answer, maybe somebody else does. Is there some sort of rule or agreement that Disney can't build a theme park or something of the like? So I'm going to count a cruise ship because it is in the experiences segment of the Walt Disney Company. But is there something that says that Disney itself can't do it in Tokyo, or in Japan? So therefore the Oriental Land Company is doing this? Or is it just one of those things where Oriental Land Company is like, hey, we want to diversify our business. We'd like to do this. How can we make it work? Disney says, yeah, we'd love to get into the Tokyo business. Let's license this out to you just like we did with the parks. I mean, isn't that interesting to think about?
I am wondering if part of the agreement in the 80s was something along the lines of like the west of the Mississippi rule. That's
what I know.
Well, that's what I'm guessing is like there's a clause there, which would have been very smart as a business to pull of if there are any future developments, they will be under our wing, or we are allowed to do them. And you, like, maybe there's an agreement that Disney has to license the rights to them if they want to do.
I could see that being very possible. The other thing I could see possible is I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes is I could see it literally them just letting the Oriental Land Company take the risk because they've done that there. Yeah. They've done that very much so in Hong Kong. They've done that very much so in Shanghai. They did kind of do it in Disneyland Paris. Didn't work out so well for them. They've taken back most of the risk, which I think is kind of the one place where that has not worked so well for the Walt Disney Company. But I could see it going either way. Next question. Japan has a lot of coastline.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think this thing could go?
I don't know I don't know enough about Japanese geography.
So I did a quick search.
Okay.
Just because when I was in Japan last year, I saw a lot of cruise ships going in and out every day.
Okay.
And it looked like the big place they go to is Yokohama, which is the second biggest, I think, city in Japan. It's like right next door to Tokyo. It's not quite as big, but it's a big city. I liked it better than Tokyo personally. Like I thought it was gorgeous.
Okay.
Like it's kind of got like a, I don't know what to call it. Like it's very beautiful and clean and modern. And then right in the middle of it, they'll have like this old ship. Like it's kind of this weird thing. And then the cruise ships can come right up into the downtown. And so that is one place, I guess, is one of the big places that cruise ships go in general. I think personally, Tokyo Disney is against the water. Why not just build, like they're getting really good at building these big piers. They just did one for Lighthouse Point. Lookout Point at
Lighthouse.
Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point.
Oh,
yeah. That one.
Word soup.
Wouldn't it be really cool? Because they have, what is it, the Columbia at Tokyo Disney Sea? Like they have that cruise ship thing that's in there.
The thing.
I'm forgetting the name at the moment.
The ship thing.
So imagine that's right there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there, there is then a like a berm that's right on the other side of the ship, and there's I think it's a 2 or 3 lane wide. Like I think it's 1 lane going each way and then a center lane, if I recall correctly. That's right on the other side of it, and then right next to that is the ocean or the bay, Tokyo Bay. Why not put it right there?
That's a good idea.
And then you could have this new, whatever this ship's going to be named, right next to the other ship. And that would look super cool. Can you imagine those pictures?
That would be really cool. I'm trying to think of like words that fit in the vernacular buzzwords of like wish,
what the ship could be
dream,
named.
treasure, magic. I'm like, what else?
Well, especially since they just did Fantasy Springs, so you can't do that. And they have the Disney Fantasy already.
They have the Disney Fantasy already.
That's a really good question.
I think there's a possum.
I think there's 2. We might get a possum on the show tonight,
I saw
guys.
a really chunky opossum the other day. It was real fat. It went.
We have a Disney adventure coming though. Like
we have adventure
that ship's coming. We have Destiny.
Frontier.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just naming lands and I'm just dropping the
Do we have Discovery?
Star Trek. Well, Enterprise.
I feel like you could do Disney Discovery though. Like because you have Discovery Bay and you have Discovery what is it, Discovery Land in
Imagination?
From Disney Oasis, Roger says.
That would be really funny because Royal Caribbean has named a class of ships the Oasis class ships.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be really funny just from that perspective. I also think Oasis would be Aladdin's Oasis.
It is interesting too. Yeah, that would work, I think. So it's 2024 now. Basically in 4.5-ish years, the ship is going to be done. And I don't think they've started it yet. Like it sounds like the deal's just been signed. They're announcing it. And then
well, I was watching in addition, I feel like there's an Indiana. I feel like there's an unwritten law. Sorry, the dog. I feel like there's an unwritten law that if you go on a princess cruise, you do have to watch The Love Boat. So in between a lot of watching The Love Boat, I was watching what's the guy from Mythbusters that's not the mustache guy?
Adam Savage.
Yes. Adam Savage basically doing a solo Mythbusters about the building of cruise ships.
Oh yeah, where he's walking around underneath.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
So that That was really wild to me because they can basically build them very fast and they're very intricate. And
well, they're all modular. Like they take all the parts together or
yeah,
big pieces together, put them together, and there you go. I do think it'll take a while though. Like that's 4.5 years we're looking at, and
the Disney Marvel,
the Disney Marvel. That's it.
the Disney Star Wars, the Disney Pixar.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any more. We will see. I would guess we are still several years out from learning what the name of this ship will be and when its exact launch date will be and when its inaugural cruise will be and where it's from. You know, could it be Yokohama? Could it be Okinawa? Could it be like there's a lot of cities along the water in Japan, and there's a lot of places it could go, especially since it's there year round.
The Disney Tiki. It's all
there you go.
Tiki bars.
That is it. That is it.
Could you imagine if we thought about that?
That would be pretty funny.
No, it would not.
All right. If you want to know more about my trip to Japan, I continue to post more about it fairly frequently. I'm getting close to catching up with the entire trip because I've written way too much about it, but you can go to mrdaps.com and all of those adventures are there up through, I think I'm to the last day and I have one more thing from that day and then the day I flew out. And it will be completely caught up and you can read all about the adventure and then I'll finish doing the videos.
And I will write a side piece for the final day about how I was at Tom Bradley International at LAX for 2 hours.
There you go.
Sitting in traffic, not
So
sitting there.
now you can tell us how much louder the helicopters are from outside versus in the studio.
Disney Galaxy would be good.
I like Disney Galaxy. That could be cool.
When do we get a Muppets themed ship? You're so right. You're brave and you should say it.
I'm trying to think of what that would be. Like, what would the name be?
Rainbow Connection?
The Disney Rainbow?
The Disney Connection?
Disney Connection? I mean, yeah, they have connections at or creations. There's some ideas. All right. We have once again an indie cam. And I'm not going to preface it in any way other than just enjoy. So I will say this. Once the hat was on him, stayed on him for a few minutes, I took it off. Then I put it back on him and he did not want it off. Like I tried to take it off and he moved his head away. And then when I took it away from him finally, because I didn't want it to get all dirty, he decided he really liked it. And so he kept coming up and trying to get it.
Well, he kept trying to like grab it off.
To get,
yeah, he was like,
he wanted it back.
Dad, put it back on.
Yes.
Put the hat back on.
That is true.
No, it was actually very cute. And I have pictures of me and him with his that hat. Where is that hat from?
It is from Alaska.
It is a hat from Alaska there was this train that I went on that was Skagway.
Very well done.
Thank you. I was like, sometimes all the towns become word soup, but it was a Skagway to Yukon, the White Pass. And in the gift shop, they had a little doggy hat. And then we later told friends about it that had also done it. And they said, we almost got that for our dog. So yeah, that's that. It's adorable.
That is true.
It has a little train on it.
Yes. All right, moving it right along, we got a new trailer. Actually, it's the first trailer for Agatha All Along. Speaking of moving right along, and
Moving right along.
I don't think I'm going to explain it that much. What did you think of the trailer?
Oh my god, I am so excited. I think that this is when Marvel is at its best, is when it is exploring fun, campy, reality bending things. I know I'm going to say it every single time, and you guys can hate me all you want for it. I don't want to see the Avengers applying for bank loans. I don't.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite.
I want to see witches and covens and magic spells that turn normal people crazy. That is what I want to see. Also, Aubrey Plaza as a witch in the coven, absolutely incredible casting. I am so, I want to watch it again, actually.
So here's what I think. I don't disagree with you. I think my take on it's slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see people in the bank. I do want to see things that make my imagination, like spur on my imagination.
Close enough to reality.
Like have some level, and I actually care about the reality. It's who cares? They're superheroes. Like it's comic books. You don't have to have it close to reality. Like, do we really think there's a raccoon flying through space?
Maybe.
Come on.
We don't know.
I don't mind that. As long as the story is good, it spurs on the imagination and it keeps me engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it can keep all of those things and keep me from doing this, I'm all on board with this, which I kind of think it will. My big concern, and this is my concern with all trailers recently, is I hope we just didn't see all of the exciting parts in that however long teaser.
I did not think that was going to be what your concern was.
What did you think my concern was? I just don't like it when they give away all of the exciting parts, which I was like, this could be all of the big moments in the first two episodes.
Your concern of the series is that it's going to be a little ooky spooky.
Well, they've already said that. Like that's already
ooky spooky.
But that's my concern, is that it's not going to be as much as they're portraying it to be. And my concern is that we just saw in all of these, or in this teaser, like all of the main spooky moments, and it's like, okay. And I'm hoping. What's up?
You're not gonna know, but the people of the internet may know. Hello, little people in my computer, or I'm in your computer, actually.
Anyway, what is it?
That's scary. Because I went on a dumb rant. Oh, this is American Horror Story Coven, but for Marvel.
I hope it's that good. Like
do you know American Horror Story Coven?
I know of it, yeah. Like,
and you know it's good?
Well, people seem to think so.
I didn't know that you had enough, like...
I listen to people.
Huh.
I'm a listener.
He surprises me frequently.
My big thing, though, is like, if you're going to do it. Keep it engaging. Keep it moving forward. Like, all of that, I'm all for this. If you don't do it, and it's... I hope they don't play it safe and it doesn't stay too grounded. Like, be grounded in the story, not necessarily in the reality of like, oh, well, now because I'm a police officer, I need to go and write my report because that's what my boss said I had to. And I got to look for the...
I went to the bank.
Yeah. What is it?
That is one of the worst scenes in anything Marvel ever, in my humble opinion. And then we walk into the bank and we say, what? We cannot have a loan? I am a superhero.
Well, and I get what they're trying to do. Like,
it was showing the consequences of the blip in ways that nobody imagined.
And trying to put his perspective where his life is. But it just also, I don't even know if maybe it was the way it was done. Like, you could...
The acting was incredible. I cannot blame the actors. I think it's the writing.
That's what I mean. Is like, I wonder if you could have almost done that is instead of having a whole scene for it, have it be a line.
I think it could have been just checking the mail and being like...
Didn't get it. Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, met with our bank advisor.
What do you think on Agatha? 2 thumbs up? Half thumb up? You think it's going to be solid?
I think it's going to be...
How do you think it's going to rank compared to other Marvel series?
I think this is going to be up there with WandaVision for me, and WandaVision
Okay.
is the greatest Marvel series.
And is Wanda coming back?
Maybe.
I would not be surprised. Last episode, 5 minutes left in the show, or
Like, we know she's not actually
30
dead.
seconds left in the show. They're like, hey.
Like, she goes, or something
Yeah,
like that.
you just see the hand and you don't even know it's her. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
It's actually an Addams Family type situation.
Just the hand.
It's just the
okay,
hand.
that could get weird. All right. We also learned this week about the cast of, I don't know where he got that, about the cast of Country Bear Musical Jamboree, which I think the door is open, so you might want to go close it.
I don't think it's open. Okay,
It
hold
looks
on.
like it is if he got that. Country Bear Musical Jamboree, we learned about the cast this week, which there's some returning favorites. There's also a new one. We're going to get the new show in just about a week. Katie, what did you think of the cast? Because you are on a wireless mic, so they can still hear you.
Yeah, I am on a wireless mic. Indy, come this way. No, it was outside. The door was not closed. Indy, come.
Okay, good.
Okay, so what I think is that I love any cowgirl in pink with rhinestones.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think that Trixie should sing Pink Pony Club by Chapel Rowan. That would literally never happen.
Is she the one singing Try Anything or Everything? Or is
Probably.
it... Because we only know like 2 or 3 songs. We know Bare Necessities, A Whole New World, and Try Everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's at least 2 or 3 more songs.
I also love the little Big Al plushie. If they don't sell that,
or
that is a missed opportunity.
Yeah, there's lots of possibilities there. How long do you think this show is going to be?
22 minutes.
Really?
18 to 22.
I hope you're right.
What, do you think it's going to be like 12?
Yeah. I think they're going to do like the whole thing. Because it seems like recent years, they're like, oh, well, people only have a 12 to 13 minute attention span.
And that's why, as of next week, we're making Geeks Corner 12 to 13 minutes.
That's how we started.
I know.
Well, 10.
It's 13 minutes for me.
Yeah, I hope it's longer. Like, I hope it's the 20 minutes. Like 20. I think 22 minutes would be my long end of
That's why I
it
said
being
18
okay.
to
18 to
22.
20 would be perfect, I think, for me. Which would mean more Disney country songs.
Clap your hands
Like,
and stomp your feet and try to get right with them.
Yeah, I feel like
afraid to say it.
Yeah, I think it'd be. I'm still thinking about how long. Like, it'd be great.
That's fair.
The other thing, we've got 2 minutes to talk about this. 1 month from today, D23, the ultimate Disney fan event, officially kicks off.
Oh, that's scary.
A month from yesterday will have been the day in the park, but today is the day it kicks off. What do you expect to come out of D23, the ultimate Disney fan event? Let us know in the comments also.
Can I be optimistic?
Prefer it.
Disneyland, Tomorrowland overhaul.
Okay. Tomorrowland overhand.
Do
Okay.
not, I swear,
Like an updated.
do not come in my mentions or my replies saying, well, what about Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland? Have you seen ours?
I don't have a huge problem with Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland.
But some people go, well, ours needs to be redone. And I go, no, it doesn't. Yours is fine.
Maybe a couple paint. Like, I think there's more that could be done with some of the empty spaces at
Sure.
Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland. But I think Tomorrowland at Disneyland
is a
just needs
traffic
TLC.
nightmare.
Like, I would love to see some things moved around, perhaps, so you could walk through the entrance a little bit easier. Something done with the People Mover.
Astro Orbiter, take it back up. People Mover track, either fix it or get rid of it.
Yes.
In my humble opinion.
Um,
Space Mountain is fine. You can leave her the way she is. The queue does need to be fixed. Do something with Carousel of Progress / Interventions / Star Wars Launch Bay. Do something with that building. I know we could do something with that building and that it could be great. Even if we're still going to keep the DVC lounge where it is. I still think that there's a lot that could be done in that first floor of the building. Do you know it used to spin? I don't think it can spin anymore. I feel very
I bet they could make it.
I feel very passionately about Disneyland's Tomorrowland.
I do think that is a lot of space that they could utilize more effectively. And
I also
and I love the idea of going retro futuristic because I think that works. What would you like to add?
I also wouldn't mind the submarines going away.
I think the submarine should stay. I like the submarines. I think they're one of those things that inspire the imagination of what could be, and I think you could even do more with them because really we have not explored under the sea nearly as much as we could. And so I think that's one of those things that could inspire people in the future.
Bring back the sea serpent.
Yeah, I think we could see Haunted Mansion updates because they seem to like to always go back and update Haunted Mansion over and over and over again, which surprises me.
Why?
Because there's so many other things like Tomorrowland that really need updates.
Haunted Mansion's an easy win.
It is, unless you do it wrong, and then
then it's an easy
like
loss.
I think it's an easy win that you can mess up super easily too.
Not wrong.
I read it about once a year, Bailey. The submarines. I also love seeing them out there. Like I think they're just one of the best things.
I like them at night with the colors,
and
or in the morning with the colors.
And I actually prefer riding it at night, also. But no, I'd love to see that updated. I'd love to see. I think there's just lots of possibilities of. I mean,
like what's behind Big Thunder Mountain?
I think we're going to hear more about Walt Disney World.
I also
now that you bring that up,
I think that we are going to get more finality to what's behind Big Thunder Mountain. Not necessarily finality, but I think we're going to get more of this is a concrete.
This is where we're headed.
Thing.
I think we'll probably get some Disneyland Paris stuff for all the stuff that's happening at Walt Disney Studios. Is a fairly safe bet.
Country Bear is coming to DCA.
I think we'll get some teases about Disneyland Forward, but nothing as concrete or firm as everybody would love.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get some more peaks, I guess you could say, at what the Avatar themed land is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we get something more about the Avengers attraction. That I think this will be like the third event because we've had 2 D23 expos and then this. So I hope we get something a little bit more concrete on that on the Avengers attraction. I love the idea of the Country Bear Musical Jamboree coming to Disney California Adventure. I think that would be fantastic.
Redwood Creek Challenge.
I would put it though as an outdoor covered show.
Yeah.
In Redwood Creek Challenge show. We've talked about this before.
But
I think it'd be a lot of fun. By the way, we're in Geeks Corner Plus. So if you have any questions you'd like us to respond to, let us know in the chat before this wraps up.
Do you think that we might get something about Critter Country?
So maybe. The reason I feel like I think they're going to be pushing it really hard just because looking at all of the things that are closing in August at Disneyland, you almost have to get that back up and running because there's so many attractions that are closed.
Yeah.
And so at the very least, I feel like you got to get Winnie the Pooh back open, aim for the stars, and maybe pull off Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think that might be a little bit ambitious, but that would be cool. I mean, we'll probably get an official date at least.
Can I be double optimistic?
Be double optimistic.
The Night Returns.
I think, actually, speaking of that, I think we are going to get announcements for the 70th of Disneyland, quite possibly.
Oh my God!
If we don't get them before. That's next year. I think we could also get an announcement. I would not be surprised if they say something about an evening or a night parade for Walt Disney World as well.
That is next year.
All right.
They're like,
I'm not seeing any comments or questions, so we are going to move on because it is getting late and we have mosquitoes all over the place. Katie, what should people do?
Should at appsmagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. Don't get eaten by mosquitoes. You have to subscribe to our Patreon. For just $1 a month, you can have access to such great content, like us figuring out microphones and other fun things. But seriously, it's a really good time. We have a lot of fun over there. I'm about to go post a really cute picture of Indiana, so go find it.
There you go. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We've got a ton of stuff going up on that, including some Disneyland band videos, some Straw Hatters with characters, and other things that we got this week. There'll be a lot of fun, so you won't want to miss any of those. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you around the corner.
Bye!